Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Obedience, Faith, and Discernment, living truthfully, believing boldly, clearly. I am your host, Michael Wells Israel. Yes, I'm initially posting this really late, and I really need to stop saying that because there may be some people who listen to this the day after who really don't care what time I post. You know what I'm saying? But you see the title. The title is called The Jacob and Us Prelude. The reason why I'm not starting this series tonight is because I want what I discuss tonight to open the door for what we're going to talk about for the next 5 weeks. And I'm going to start off by saying, pray for me. This whole entire week, with it being Sunday, I have a drinking and a smoking problem, Black and Miles, not anything else. I have a drinking addiction and a smoking addiction. I'm fully aware that I don't need to do it every day for it to be an addiction. Some days I'm good, and other days it hits me. There are some days to where I don't even realize what I'm doing until it's done, if that makes sense. It's so habitual that most of the time I'm doing it, I don't even want to do it, but I'm so used to doing it that I keep doing it. Trying to break that habit is terrible. Something I've been trying to break for years, and I've been able to walk away from both tobacco and alcohol. I think the longest I was able to walk away from alcohol was 6 months. And even with that, I was drinking wine for like 3 or 4 months. Then I got back into the heavy stuff with tobacco. I think the longest I was able to go was like a year and a half. And then something triggered it. I just so happened to go around somebody that was smoking, and the smell of it disgusted me that day. But then a couple of days later, I started remembering what it felt like. And it's such a battle and such a struggle. Really, really a battle. I don't consider myself to be the greatest man of God. A lot of times I don't even think I should be recording this. But then again, walking with God is not about perfection. It's about execution. And I wake up every single day knowing that I'm going to put my best foot forward to be a better man and get closer to God today than I did yesterday. Even if I fail 5 minutes after I wake up every single day putting my best foot forward, knowing that one day I'm going to get it right. One day God is going to open a door to a new life to where I don't ever look back at my addictions or my shortcomings. I personally believe sometimes God will test us like that. And that's the reason why we are going to talk about Jacob. Because I started thinking about this and really considering, like, I want men to listen to this. And even if they don't admit it to anybody else, I'm perfectly okay with that. Men have called me soft, emotional, whatever, for me being open and outspoken about how I'm feeling when I'm feeling that way. Realize I am the type of man who, if I have a problem with you, I'm going to come to you and tell you I have a problem with you. If you have a problem with me, I want you to come to me and tell me you have a problem with me. This is how we grew up before the internet and everything like that. If somebody had a problem with you, they addressed the problem with you. But now it's seen as emotional, soft, blah, 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 whatever they want to call it. So even if you feel like I'm soft for admitting that I have shortcomings, and you don't ever want to admit that to anybody else, come here. Come to this channel, come to this podcast, and know that whatever you're going through yourself, you're not going through it alone. What I was feeling yesterday when I finally started coming up with an idea for what was next after the Order of Man series is how I've been struggling all week. And here's the main part about it. My addictions are affecting my health in ways that I do not like. I know it's because of my lack of attention to my body, but I also know it's God teaching me a lesson as well. I believe I haven't gone to the doctor yet because I can barely put pressure on my foot. But I am going to go to the doctor and get this checked out. I'm feeling a lot better now, but I do believe I have early onset gout. Last year, I had to have a vein pulled out of each leg just so I could walk properly, and I got to give God the glory for giving me a job to where I had the insurance to do that, because the problems that I'm having walking now when I drink or smoke, especially consistently, would be 10 times worse, because I could walk, but you knew there was something wrong with how I walked. Again, they had to pull a vein out of each leg. And even though they numbed each leg, they did not put me to sleep to do that. It was extremely terrible. The problem that I had at the beginning of last week was I finally started getting out into a workout routine. The week before that, I started working out, eating extremely healthy, and I was feeling good. So I said, okay, let's step it up. Stepped it up, decided to celebrate a little bit by getting some wine, and then the wine led to a black and mild, and it led to beer. Next thing you know, my foot's hurting. So for the back half of the week, for the latter part of the week, I couldn't work out. I couldn't even get on a bike because it was just putting too much pressure. Getting on an exercise bike was putting too much pressure on my foot because of it tightening up and swelling up. And of all the research that I've done, I now know that both alcohol and tobacco play a major part in blood flow to your legs. If you listen to this, I really want you to do your own research on that. But from everything I've found out, alcohol and tobacco both play a major part in blood flow to your legs. It plays a major part in blood flow all over your body, but it tends to affect the legs first. And I'm 44 years old. I turned 45 in a month. I've been smoking since I was in single digits. Remember what I said. This is what leads me to sit up here and say that addictions you can be addicted to something and not do it every day, because when I was younger and I wasn't around it, I had no problem with not having access to alcohol or tobacco, but anytime I had access to it, I found a way to get it, plain and simple. Because as soon as I knew I had access to it, that craving just snapped right back. But it's causing more health issues than I would like. And even yesterday, I was praying to God, telling God, I've been having this battle for way too long. I've been struggling with this for way too long. It's affecting me in ways I never thought it would. And I don't know if I can quit. I know I may be able to stop for a while, but I always keep coming back. Again, if you hear my dishwasher in the background, forgive me. I'm trying to get some stuff done. But the reason why I'm saying this is because, one, I do need prayer. And two, I've always wanted men to have a safe space to where we can talk about our issues and not put each other down because of it like the world does. And this is one of the reasons why the Jacob in us is going to be such a magnificent series. I truly believe which will be talked about in one of the episodes. I truly believe that we as men cannot truly be what society says a man will be, and be completely submissive and dependent on God like we should be. It's a fine line to walk to be a man that serves God, because the constant battle between being a man and a man that serves God or a child of God is the submission. There are certain things that we understand about being a man that stop us from really being able to be used by God like God wants to use us. For instance, me confessing to you tonight that I have a problem that I've been fighting for a very long time. And I'm admitting that I can't stop it by myself. The pride in me, the man in me, does not want to say this. I want to keep popping up on here, and I want to keep talking about things like they don't bother me, like I'm not dealing with anything, like I don't have thorns in my side, like I don't have my own cross to bear. But the God in me tells me it's time out for all of the pride and for all of the ego. We as men can ask for help. We may not be able to ask for it everywhere, but I'll say this to you as I'm trusting in you with what I just said. Trust in me as a man of God that understands your struggles, that will be there to help you, but will also hold you accountable. I'll pray for you, but I'm going to hold you accountable. And I want you to pray for me and hold me accountable too. I want you to do your research as we dig into this, because I believe the story of Jacob is as close to a modern day story as we transition from being men to men of God that I could find. Except for Job. I really love the story of Job. Job tells you about fair weather friends. And honestly, I think Job tells you about marrying the wrong person. But Job also speaks on honoring your commitments. Because Job, even though Job's wife, in today's time, if my wife told me to curse God and die, I'm divorcing her. But Job didn't divorce his wife because of that. He stayed with her because of his honor to marriage and the commitment that he made, which is also his honor and commitment to God for that marriage. So that's the reason why Job is one of my favorite stories. But the story of Jacob is becoming really fascinating the more I dig into it. It's going to be a 5-part series. The first series will be Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. We're about to break down the understanding that men have in society, what it takes to be a man, how we must walk, blah, 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 yada, 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 and how it hinders us from really being able to be fully used by God. Again, as an example, I confessed to you as a prelude to what we're going to be seeing as we discuss the Jacob in all of us. I really hope you tune in. Please forgive me. Like I said, that only happens when I get on here. Voice has been clear all day. As soon as I get on here, there's a problem. But I really hope you tune in. If you don't feel like it's for you, I hope there's somebody out there that this is for. My goal is to just really help men be better men of God, to help men be better men all around, but to also help men be better men of God. And the only way you can do that is by accepting who you are completely, accepting all your flaws, accepting all your imperfections, most importantly, admitting that you have flaws and that you have imperfections. But anyway, it's Micah Wells, Israel. Thank you for tuning in to Obedience, Faith, and Discernment, living truthfully, believing boldly, and seeing clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Bow, 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 bow. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Let me stop. Remember my 5 favorite things. Stay true. Stay focused. Stay faithful. Stay true to yourself. Treat other people how you want to be treated. And give God all the respect and glory that God deserves, because God is doing a lot more in your life than you could ever imagine. I love you. Jesus does too. I'm excited about this series. See you next Sunday. Well, see you Sunday. See you Sunday.